Okay, here we are. Whew. What is it, the 14th? Did I forget already? Oops. Let's just bring this down just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, like that. That's better. Yep. Tuesday, November 14th. Tomorrow is the 15th. Also known as payday. Hey, look at that. We have the Apple Watch Ultra. What's going on with that? Is there anything going on with that? Anyway, we got some things in the news. Let's check out our pictorial. There's Brennan. He's ready. He should be on his way to Copperfish for a meeting with the chef or somebody there, which is a good thing. Okay, November 14th is Tuesday. It's 1:36 p.m. And let's see, today's best iOS game. I'm not really a game guy. Flight, something with the, all the controls with Flight Command or something or other. They may have a version for the Mac. I have to look it up, but not now. Okay. So what's the current line of succession to the throne, the royal throne? The Duke of Cambridge, also known as Prince William, is first in line when the present king falls on his sword. Then behind him is Prince George of Cambridge, which is his son. And then, if all those guys fall on the sword, then it's Princess Charlotte of Cambridge and Prince Louis of Cambridge. I don't know what these people look like. Let's try this. This is better. The king, the son of the king, the son of the Prince of Wales. This is brother and sister. And then we go down to Prince Louis, which I guess is maybe their third child of the Prince of Wales. Could be. And then comes the Duke of Sussex. Even though he's this and that, he's still 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth in line to the throne. Got to have a lot of, family upsets to get him in there. But, this fellow right here and this fellow right here are brothers. But the first son, carries the weight, and then his children follows him. And you got Prince Archie and Princess a little bit. She's just a little bit. That's the Duke of Sussex's two kids. 5th, 6th, 7th. The Duke of York. Not too sure how he fits in. There's, I'm sure, a nice story about that. Let's get rid of the audio here. And Princess Beatrice, Sienna, Napoleone, and we don't seem to have a picture of her. Princess Eugene. Ah, look at this. Peter Phillips. He looks like a dapper Dan, doesn't he? He's ready. He's 18th in line to the throne. Now, remember, stuff happens in time, But anyway, that was what I found out from the royal, the royal line of succession. Okay, Prince William and Prince Harry. There you go. There they are. Oops, brothers. Princess William and Prince Harry's royal feud may have begun over portions of food when they were dining, as former royal butler says. Yeah, the kids are always sibling rivalries. I don't know. I think Prince Harry's okay. His mother would be very happy if he went back to England and got back in the saddle again and say, Miss Markle, Smarkle, you're invited. But attendance is not absolutely required. We got a huge, let me swap this so we can see. Look at all the people in this. Ooh, big demonstration. Let me get, I can get my phone. Ooh, let's see, let's try this one. Yes, there it is. So let me get that right there. See, look at that. Live TV there. But, it's hard to get this. And, yeah, that's about as good as I can do. Look at it. Look at all those people. National Mall. It started at 1 or something. But man, I'll tell you what, they all showed up. Okay, so we'll get rid of that. We got that. There we go. So now we're back to normal. It's pretty amazing how you can actually link into all this stuff I got going there. I can turn on, I can have this whole thing Bluetooth the signal right through here, go through here, then it's in there, and it goes on 3 different. This is not a simulcast. This is a trifecta, because we're going to Facebook, we're going to YouTube, and we're going to Twitter, X, all at the same time. Live broadcast here. 9 minutes and 9 seconds ago we started. And there, look. Oops. Let's get this view right in here. And we'll just hit this one. There we go. We're side by side. So, number 1 son is on his way to Copperfish, hopefully, and we can verify that, because we can go to find friends, and let's see. Oh, it looks like Daniel's on Sample Road. Where does he have what time is it? 1 o'clock. Let's see. Brennan, where is he? Still home, I thought he. It looks like he's standing out front waiting for My guess is he's standing up front waiting for Uber to show up. Yep. It's 1:45. I think he's got a 2 o'clock meeting with them. So he's good. One thing, he is, Brendan is Johnny out of spot punctual, which is a very important trait. I'm like the early guy. I don't like to be punctual. I like to be early. And there's Lee in the middle of his farm on Richmond Road. There it is. See the farm? It's a nice little large rectangular piece of property. And let's see, where is Miss Robin? Miss Robin. She is at our master's court residence, as opposed to the other one, which is on the water in Maryland, I guess. Bob Beatty, he's over here. Yep, he's over there in Fort Myers. Nothing new about that. Friend. Lee. Judy, we can't find Judy. And where's Marilyn? There she is, Seacoast Bank. Yeah. All right, we'll get ahead of that. So Brennan's all ready. There's a side view and a frontal view as he goes to his appointment. "78 degrees outside. It's been kind of like a little rainy. Real nice weather here. Many moons ago, I don't know, I bought a silencer. It's something that screws on the front end of my, what do you call it? My Glock 17. I have threaded barrels on several of my guns, so you can put them on different guns. You only have to get the silencers, the thing that get licensed or taxed. So you go through this detailed, what do you call it? Review of the ATF. You say, oh, this guy's got a silencer. Watch out. But anyway, there it is. It's the Octane. Roman number 2, whatever that means, but it unscrews apart. And if you see, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 baffles. So they come apart. And they're shaped like this, where whoosh, and that baffling, it's not like the movies are full of crap. They pull the trigger and it goes baloney. It cuts, it's like if you shoot the gun in a gun range, for example, or outside, whatever, it'll produce about 150 decibels of sound. Bam! It's an explosion in your hand. I mean, it's a 9mm, so it's not like it's gonna blow off. You don't need 2 hands on it, but 2 hands is good to keep it steady, so you can sight in properly. And so the silencer noise suppression, so 150 decibels comes down to about 120 decibels. So you lose about 30 decibels of bam. So instead of bam, it's bam. But it's still bam. It's still loud. It's not like the movies. The movies make it sound like it's a no. Now, if you're shooting, a long rifle, long gun, if you will, and it's going, it's 2,000 feet away, and you have, a 1 foot, big suppressor on the front end of a long rifle. The person that gets, or if you're in the vicinity of where the bullet hits a tree or whatever, you're not going to hear the gunshot because that's, let's say, 2,000 feet away or 1,000 feet away, and the bullet is traveling, coming out of a long rifle, like 1,300 feet per second. So the one thing that you have to overcome is the shock wave for it going faster than the speed of sound. So that offers a little bit of a sound, and it's going, let's say 1,200 feet per second, faster than the speed of sound. So by the time it gets to where it's target, it might be traveling at, maybe it's 300 feet per second slower. So it comes out of the muzzle at 1,300 feet per second, and it hits the watermelon at 1,000 feet per second. Yeah. About 1,100 feet per second. I think it's 1,040 actually. 1,040 feet per second is the speed of sound. So if the projectile is traveling faster than the speed of sound, you would get hit by the bullet before you even heard it. That's kind of ouch. Yeah. That's that's pretty drastic. So, oh boy, that exhausts my knowledge about that topic. What do we got here? Oh, we have $100 off the SOCOCOM 556. Now, 556 is another caliber. Yeah, 556. So that would be, the ammunition that's on these assault rifles. Now, the silencer, the noise suppression device that I have applied for a permit with, and they give you a tax, a stamp. It's a $200 stamp. I've already paid the stamp, and I filed all the forms with the federal government. Silencer company supervised me doing that. They were submitted on February 22nd. Okay, this is November. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So in a week, it's 9 months. So if any of you, oh yeah, you get that permit in 4 months, yeah. No, it's 9 months, and I still don't have my approval. Now the tactical place here in Boca Raton on North Federal Highway, 4100 North Federal Highway, roughly. They have my silencer in a vault. It's been paid for. I paid for the stamp. So once they get word that Jimmy's approved, all I got to do is go pick it up. There's another thing I need a piston, and I have the piston. I got that like a month ago. So that's you need that because that fits on that, and the piston is what actually screws onto the threaded barrel. And this thing is like inserted and screws together. I'm not sure how that works, but I will bring the piston with me when I pick up the silencer. Matter of fact, I may bring the barrel with me. so they can show me exactly what happens. It's a procedure, and it's my first noise suppression device. I wonder if you get another one if it's faster. You already got a sound, so now you want another one too. What's going on here? Okay, there's Prince Harry regrets life in Hollywood after feeling pressured by Meghan to leave the royal family. I think he's going to go back and have a little one-on-one with his brother and his father, who's the king, and say, "Hey, Dad, I'm sorry. Can you open up the doors to the kingdom and let me back in? I think I made a mistake. I'm so sorry." That's all you got to do, my man, and you'll be back in the castle. I don't think his brother can't be, that much of a pompous ass. Would he be that much to prevent Harry from coming back in? They got all kinds of, strange family members anyway. So, hey, look, the poor kid lost his mother, with the paparazzi chasing her in that car. And the car slammed around inside that tunnel underneath in France. And then the ambulance wouldn't bring her to the hospital, until she was like, come on. Yeah, she had the crash was so severe. Her, I think her aorta embolismed, and it finally pops. Well, when it pops, you're gone. Your body just fills up. The blood is supposed to circulate around in your circulatory system. If you carefully surgically open up your chest, for example, other than the minor bleeding around the edge of the skin because you severed the skin, but it's not like you just bleed out because you opened up your chest, other than the fact that you have this little line, across your chest where you used your knife to open yourself up. But I don't suggest doing this. But anyways, all your blood is circulating around through your arteries and your veins and all that kind of stuff. And now if you take one of those major arteries or veins and you slice that, then it starts pumping, and so you what is known as bleed out. You don't want to do that. You hear about that all the time in these action movies. You just leave him for about 90 seconds. He'll bleed out. He'll be gone, gone. So that's all I know about that. Now here's this artificial intelligence stuff. It's all around us. It makes sense. Hey, look at this. Here's a sign. I want to fix that up. Okay. There's a guy taking a wee. There's a camera. And you're on YouTube. No, you don't want to do that. Let me show you. Let's see if we can edit this picture. And I'm going to hit these three little dots up here because we're going to open up this picture in Photoshop, even though so we go to crop tool, transform. Let's say full auto, see what happens. Look at that. The sign is all nicely corrected, looks pretty good. There you go. Yeah, free transform. There we go. Now we'll go to adjustments and let's come to here, reduce noise. Come on, baby. There we go. We're going to sharpen the picture. There it is. That's sharper. And then we're going to clarity. We can go clarity. Yeah, look at that. That's even clearer. So now the word YouTube is a little more obvious. And then we're going to go here to white. And let's increase the white. So look at that. Hey, brighten that baby up. But see, we're not, the grass is still staying greener grass. So this gives, we can, not the temperature, we want the saturation. Increase the saturation a little bit. So the green grass in the background there. Yep. And then the temperature. We want just the color temperature a little bit negative, which takes some of the blue out of it. There we go. There we go. Done. That's how it was. That's how it is. Lovely. So we're good. That's it. You just had a fast experience on how you can, the sign was all like, you're looking at it from an angle, and this is here. So, all the sides are perpendicular to, that's what a rectangle is supposed to look like. And we can see the graphic of the sky going wee-wee. I think we'll do something else here. We'll edit again. Go to crop. Crop. Touch crop. There we go. And we're just going to come up here. It doesn't have to be that big a stick. There we go. Done. So, it makes it a little more copacetic. Edit. We're going to hit auto on here. Look how that brightens that up. Edit. Let's brighten that up. Yep. I have that a few times here, apparently. I wasn't sure how I get that properly. It's amazing. All computer graphics. We're going to have humanoid robots. Okay, this is my favorite sign. Marilyn found this from somewhere. It's Tuesday. Tuesday sounds like Tuesday. And what they really mean is choose to smile. I underline that in red. That's my edition. Choose to be happy. Anyway, it's Tuesday. Let's choose. So we can, someday I can see. Happy Tuesday. I whack that off the bottom. And I'll think, it's Tuesday, and that's nice, because that can even be on a Friday. You can still choose. Choose to be happy. Happy is a choice. So you're either sad or you're happy. So why not be happy, right? Might as well be happy. Yep. Choose to smile. Try to smile. Yeah. Choose to help people. Choose to be kind. But more importantly, choose to be happy. Be happy. Be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else, because that ain't going to work. It's hard enough being yourself. Anyway, so this right here, we go on here, and we hit duplicate, and then I'm going to go back to edit, and I'm going to go back to the crop, and I'm going to say, let's get rid of that Tuesday. That's pretty cute, though, Tuesday. Yeah, that's very nice. Okay, well, there you go. Now it's gone. There you go. Choose to smile. It's Tuesday. Alrighty. Not bad. So, the federal government has given SpaceX or whatever the entity is that has to do with these 33 Raptor engines. We're looking up at the bottom of Elon Musk's Mars thing. Starship. So this is the bottom. We're looking straight up from the bottom. And there's 33 Raptor engines. They're all very powerful engines in the first stage. And there's 1 million gallons of liquid methane and liquid oxygen. And they come together, they get ignited in these engines and blast off. Now, the last time this thing blasted off, it damn near blew a hole in the earth. So all these engines didn't get lit up. There were like 4 or 5 of them that, so when you have 33 of them and 5 aren't running, you're losing. It took so long for that thing to, start to, it louses up the whole telemetry thing. It's an equation. How much of this fuel do I need? And it's under pressure and up. And if some of these engines aren't running, you're not getting the thrust, therefore it's not getting to the orbital insertion thing. All right, so not only do we have 33 Raptor engines in there, we have 6 more Raptor engines in the second stage. There's a Raptor engine right there. I isolated one. And there's all kinds of, it looks a little busy there, doesn't it? Elon made about 100 of these. So in case you have multiple failures or multiple launches, successful, whatever. But this, look at, come on, guys, what are you doing here? It looks a little, doesn't look very organized to me, but it's a test engine. And you see that you got a little thing there, and you got a rocker arm here, and I guess with all that thrust, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds of thrust, you can move that. Maybe that's part of the gimbal. And there's that big parabolic bottom. There you go. You see it right there. It's like a second stage. I think these flutes are smaller. I think they found out it really doesn't help to have a bigger flute when you're in the at 14 pounds at sea level. But when you're up in space, see, this thing doesn't ignite until it's out of the atmosphere, up in orbital insertion territory. So to get these engines to light up and to function, apparently the bell works better if it's bigger when it's operating in the vacuum of space. It sounds like I know what I'm talking about. Well, I actually don't. Oh my God. These Raptor engines are big. If you had a guy standing up, he'd come up to about here. So a 6-foot person, he'd come right about to here, and he'd be looking straight in the middle of that sucker, because that's a big puppy. Now, can you imagine 33 of them in the bottom of stage 1? And let's go to SpaceX. We can do that. SPACE. SpaceX. Starship. There you go. Stage 2 is up on the top. That part. And stage 1 is here. Now this is, if I'm right, is 18. You see the diameter? It says 30 feet in diameter. So this is big. I mean, my living room here is like 30 feet long. So this thing is the whole width of my living room. Holy mackerel. And it's 400 feet tall. Woo! My God, that's a 40-story office building. A skinny office building that's only 30 feet across. And with this fuel that they're using, with the liquid methane, which is CH4, and liquid oxygen. So you got two tanks, the methane tank, and on top of that is the oxygen tank. You got two of them. And then they got big lines that run down to feed the 33 Raptor engines, methane, and pressurized liquid oxygen. It has the ability to lift up into space 150 tons. Let's do a little math on that. 150 tons. 150 times 2,000 pounds per ton. Oh, that's 300 pounds. 300,000 pounds of stuff. It's fully reusable. And apparently, the top part and the bottom part are both capable of landing themselves back in the star something, so you can reuse the rockets. Push that and see what happens. It's a still image. So now there's a you can see that platform. So it's doing two things. Number one, that's cemented down big time. Now these guys will figure it out eventually, but on pad 39A, the exhaust from the rocket goes in this ditch and then shoots out this way until the thing lifts off, and then the exploding gases emerge from all around. He doesn't have any flow direction whatsoever. It just goes where it goes, which I don't think that's very wise, but that's the way it goes. Now, if there was a little person down there, it would be a little tiny person right in the bottom of this, not much, because this is 400 feet tall. That's pretty tall. There you go. See? It's really tall. Now, where those things would land, they must have a target on where they would land, where it would land if it came back. Now, according to the plan, which seems a little crazy, but let's see if we can see it. Oops. Oh boy. Okay. All right, this is a good view. There's a little winglet right there on both sides. Stop. So the plan is that when this thing comes back, it'll orient itself and it'll hang itself right back on top of these two doodads. And the rocket would be hanging right there instead of actually landing in the, like you've seen the other boosters. And this one it may have some things that flop open because this is supposed to come back also. It comes back in 2 pieces, not 1 piece. The idea is the top part gets refueled, and then it goes on into the Martian solar system orbit, kind of thing. I think they're going to navigate this thing to land on the moon. So both these things take off. Then this big piece comes back to Earth and gets caught by these calipers right there at the top of this thing. Now this top piece stays in orbit and has 6 Raptor engines, and it can come back and land on that thing too. But the idea is to refuel this puppy, this top part, stage 2, and get it ready for a lunar landing. And then when it lands, it's got feet, so it lands. And then it can take off again. Because the 6 Raptor engines are designed to operate in the vacuum of space. As far as restarting. Okay. Remember, I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm doing the best I can. Open this WordPress. Oh, God. Where was I? Here. I got a few different things open at once. So that's the SpaceX. This is, just right on their website. Here you can see the whole shooting match. See, here's a truck down here in the very lower. You see that right there? These are trucks, big cement trucks right here. And you can, in relation to this whole thing, they look like, Tonka toys, but they're not. And then over here, they've got stuffed storage tanks for the liquid oxygen and the liquid methane. It's off to the side a bit. See, look at this big crane here. That's a big guy. And then all this smoke is actually steam. It's actually the liquid oxygen is so cold when it's being venting, that it, creates what would look like a cloud. And it's water vapor that's been basically accumulated because of the cold gas, oxygen coming out of this facility. And it's a vent, and if it doesn't vent, these things explode. We don't want those to explode. No. SpaceX does not want that to explode. So the Texas, they agreed to put that sucker right in the middle of all this water and stuff, It's 33 Raptor engines firing all at once. Let's see, we can go to YouTube. If anything, we got any kind of videos. Is it going to YouTube? Is it going to Twitter? It's not going anywhere. So apparently these links aren't, let's see. Let's do this. Look up YouTube update. We are YouTube professional subscribers because we're actually broadcasting live on YouTube right now. Open. Let's see. YouTube. So there we go. Oops. Here's SpaceX releases amazing footage. Let's go to amazing footage. Oh, look, it's landing. There you go. It's landed back at Cape Canaveral. Coming out of those engines to stop. This is full of engines. It's got fuel, but not to do the maneuver it's doing. And goes up a lot faster. And stop. So you've got going through the speed of sound. This is like a loop, so it keeps going. I don't know that one. That is amazing footage. Thank you very much. Courtesy of SpaceX. Does the price drop? They keep dropping the price of Tesla cars. The entire Tesla factory. Let's listen.
And I'm looking at this beam, and I'm like, what the heck does that do? Because the entire factory stopped trying to get this laser weld cell to work. And I'm like, I can't imagine what a useful thing it could do.
I have to figure out how to get that so that the audio is better. This is the
Matrix, like the Apple Watch, is full of deja vu.
Ultra.
First order of business, those external screws. I know, we probably won't get
So now
anywhere.
they're taking
But
it apart,
a teardownist can hope. I'm also hoping
I
to
will
see
not
some
do.
kind of sensor
I'd
for
rather
the new
have
double
them
tap
take
tech.
it apart.
Alas, it looks the same as last year.
Yeah, look at
No
that. That's
visible
the
light
sensor
sensor or
plate
strain
underneath.
gauge. It's probably just
Yeah,
a
let's take a
microscopic
look.
accelerometer somewhere. We've perfected our Apple Watch
Yeah,
Ultra
there
display
it is.
removal
There's the
technique
4
since the Ultra
screws that
debut.
could be
Get a grip of the vice,
opened
heat,
if
and
you were
gently
so
lever.
inclined.
Works like a charm. The battery needs to come out
there's
before we can get to the screen, and it's definitely not
taking
easy.
out the-
These screws are tiny compared to this basmati rice.
Look at
Plus,
those little
this
tiny
bracket hole
screws.
is much too small for even our
Yeah,
precision
I'm
long-necked
not gonna
bits.
do that.
But we managed to get it out, and hey, it's still got the little expansion cut out.
How they're lifting
No,
out.
it's not a hair, and it's got a hard
I
shell.
don't know if that's the process.
Now we've
of
got
the
screen,
battery.
sapphire glass and all. All that's left is the
I'll
tap
tell you the one
engine.
thing I like
Hefty,
about
but the same weight as last year. And
the,
finally,
Ultra
oodles of screws later, the SIP is free.
is that I
The
can wear
Matrix,
this
like
for
the
all day
Apple Watch,
long.
is full of deja vu.
And
First
I
order
still
of
gotta
business,
have the
those
battery
external
left.
screws. I know.
And
We
my watch
probably
is
won't get anywhere.
communicating all the
But
time
a
with
teardownist can hope.
all my
I'm
devices.
also hoping to see some kind of sensor for the new double tap tech. Alas, it looks the same as last year.
This is
no
the
visible light
iFixit
sensor
people.
or strain
They
gauge.
take everything
It's probably
apart
just a microscopic
and
accelerometer
X-ray it
somewhere.
and
We've
all that.
perfected our Apple Watch Ultra display removal technique since the Ultra's debut. Get a grip of the vice, heat, and gently lever. Works like a charm. The battery needs to come out before we can get to the screen, and it's
That's the
definitely
battery.
not easy. These screws are tiny compared to this basmati rice.
There's the tiny
Plus,
screws.
this bracket hole is much too small for even our precision long-neck
battery
bits.
into this,
But
the
we
Taptic
managed to get it
engine,
out, and hey,
which
it's still
is
got the little
so
expansion
that
cut out.
is
No, that's not a
must
hair,
be the
and
battery
it's got a hard
is-
shell. Now
Yes,
we've got
Apple
screen,
rechargeable
sapphire glass and all. All
Looks
that's left is
pretty.
the Taptic engine. Hefty, but the same weight as last year.
That's the
And
Taptic
finally,
engine,
oodles
so
of
it
screws later,
goes right at that
the
time on
SIP
your
is
wrist.
free. The Matrix,
all the pieces.
like the Apple Watch, is full of deja vu. First order of business, those external screws. I know. We probably
the
won't get
battery and
anywhere.
the processor
But a teardownist can hope.
are
I'm
like
also
together.
hoping to see some kind of sensor for the new double tap tech. Alas, it looks
can
the
see
same
the
as last
Apple.
year. No visible light sensor or strain gauge. It's probably just a microscopic
amazing
accelerometer
that,
somewhere. We've
you know.
perfected our Apple Watch Ultra display removal technique since the Ultra's debut. Get a grip of the
It
vice,
sells for
heat,
like
and
$800 or
gently
$900
lever.
bucks.
Works like a charm.
It's got about $150
The battery needs to come out
worth of
before we can
stuff.
get to the screen.
Yeah,
And it's
that's-
definitely
if
not
you
easy.
price
These
it
screws
out.
are tiny
But
compared to
it's
this
the
basmati
engineering
rice.
and all the,
Plus,
the
this
software
bracket hole
support.
is much too small for
You know,
even our
the
precision
case,
long neck bits.
the design,
but
I
we
mean,
managed to
look,
get it out.
everything is
And hey,
manufactured
it's still
to a
got the
very
little expansion
specific
cut out. No,
tolerance.
that's not a hair, and it's got a hard shell.
Yeah.
Now we've got screen, sapphire glass and all.
But the battery is a whole
All
lot
that's left is the
stronger
Taptic
than
engine.
the regular
Hefty,
Apple
but the
Watch
same weight
battery.
as last year. And finally,
So, I mean,
oodles of screws later.
Junk
The
is a little
SIP
bit
is
bigger,
free.
but you know, people wearing
The
bigger
Matrix,
whoops,
like the Apple Watch,
bigger
is full
watches
of deja
nowadays.
vu. First order of business, those
And I
external
don't mind the
screws.
fact that
I
it's,
know. We
a little
probably
bit
won't
bigger,
get
but look at
anywhere.
the- I mean,
But
the
a teardownist
slide
can
is
hope.
spectacular.
I'm also hoping
can
to see
see
some
it
kind
right
of
here.
sensor for the new double tap tech. Alas, it looks the same as
And
last
the
year. No visible light sensor or
double
strain
touch?
gauge. It's probably just a microscopic
Works.
accelerometer somewhere. We've perfected our Apple Watch Ultra display removal technique since the Ultra's debut. Get a grip with a vice, heat, and gently
double
lever. Works like a charm.
See, if the alarm
The
goes
battery
off,
needs
you
to
can
come
double
out
tap
before
your
we can
fingers
get to the
and
screen,
shut off the alarm.
and it's definitely not easy.
Takes-
These screws are tiny compared to this Basmati
It
rice.
takes a couple of tries.
Plus, this bracket hole is
So-
much too
so
small
the
for
alarm
even
might
our
ring
precision
3
long-necked
times.
bits. But we managed to get it out, and hey, it's still got the
So
little
you're
expansion
just
cut out.
hitting
No,
the
that's
stop
not a
button,
hair.
you know, when
and
an alarm
it's got a
goes
hard
off.
shell.
Yeah.
Now we've got screen, sapphire glass and all. All that's left is the
But I
Taptic
like-
engine.
yeah, I had to watch
Hefty,
her.
but the same weight as last year. And finally, oodles of screws later, the
2
SIP
months
is
now.
free.
It's
The Matrix,
quite nice.
like the Apple Watch, is
Stronger
full
battery,
of deja vu.
brighter
First
screen,
order of business, those
slightly
external
bigger screen,
screws.
just a
I
couple
know.
millimeters
We
bigger,
probably
but,
won't get anywhere.
you know, when
but
it's on your
a
wrist, a
teardownist
couple
can
of
hope.
millimeters
I'm
is
also hoping to see some
bigger
kind of
is
sensor
bigger.
for the new double tap tech. Alas, it looks the same as last year.
All right,
No visible
so
light
we've
sensor
been
or
on
strain
here
gauge.
51
It's
minutes.
probably just a microscopic accelerometer somewhere. We've perfected our Apple Watch
we're
Ultra display removal technique
kinda
since
like
the
done
Ultra's
with that,
debut.
so
Get a grip with a vice,
I
heat,
think-
and gently lever. Works like a charm. The battery needs to come out before we can get to the
think we'll
screen.
give you all
and
a
it's
break.
definitely not easy.
And,
These screws are tiny
I'll
compared
hang
to
it
this
up
basmati rice.
And
Plus,
we'll
this
come back
bracket
to
hole
you
is much too small for even our precision long-neck bits.
tomorrow.
But we managed to get it out.
Got the
And
cleaning
hey,
ladies
it's still got the
coming.
little expansion cut
That
out.
means I gotta-
No, that's not a hair. And it's got a hard shell. Now we've got screen, sapphire glass and all. All that's left is the Taptic engine. Hefty, but the same weight as last year.
Clean.
And finally, oodles of screws
Look
later,
at that.
the SIP is
50.
free. The Matrix, like the Apple Watch, is full of deja
got
vu.
100
First
lined up
order
there.
of
You
business,
see
those
that?
external screws.
Packages
I
of
know.
bags.
We probably won't get anywhere. But a
did it a
teardownist
while
can
ago.
hope. I'm also hoping to
And
see some
then-
kind of sensor for the new double tap tech. Alas, it looks the same as
$20
last year. No visible light sensor or strain gauge.
gives them a little
Probably just a
extra.
microscopic accelerometer somewhere.
Because
We've perfected our Apple Watch Ultra
take care
display
of
removal
these
technique
others.
since the Ultra's debut.
Slide that right
Get a
in
grip
there.
with a vice,
So
heat,
it's
and
obvious
gently
it's in
lever.
there.
Works like a charm.
And then this
The
is
battery
all
needs to come out before we can get to the screen, and it's definitely
lottery
not easy.
tickets.
These screws are tiny compared to this basmati rice.
you know,
Plus,
need to
this
be
bracket hole is much too
verified.
small for even our precision long-necked bits.
could
But
be a
we
$1 million
managed to get it
winner
out,
there, but
and
it
hey, it's still got the little expansion cut out. No, that's not a hair,
The other thing
and
is,
it's got a hard shell.
is
Now
I
we've
had
got screen,
marvelous,
sapphire glass and all.
marvelous.
All that's left is the Taptic engine.
experience
Hefty, but the
with,
same weight as last year.
the
And
tuxedo
finally,
rental
oodles of screws later,
thing.
the SIP is free. The Matrix, like the Apple Watch,
Yeah, got
is
full
full of
tuxedo,
deja
vest,
vu.
shoes,
First order of
ta-ta-ta.
business, those external
Yeah,
screws.
it's,
I know. We probably won't get anywhere. But a teardownist can hope.
$100.
I'm also hoping to see some kind of
Can't beat
sensor for the
that.
new double tap tech. Alas,
So there's
it
the
looks the
ticket
same
that
as
was
last
on there
year.
when I picked
No
up the
visible light
tuxedo.
sensor
It's
or
all
strain
ready.
gauge. It's probably just a
Ready to rock
microscopic
and roll.
accelerometer somewhere. We've perfected our Apple Watch Ultra display removal technique since the Ultra's debut.
souvenir.
Get a grip with a vice, heat, and gently lever.
Well,
Works
next
like a
time
charm.
I
The battery needs to come out before we
If
can
they'd
get
have
to
come
the
back to
screen.
me and said,
it's
"Hey,
definitely
Jimmy,
not
tell you
easy.
what,
These screws are
for
tiny compared to this
$150,
basmati rice. Plus, this bracket
can
hole
keep
is
it.
much too small for even our precision
And then
long-neck
you don't have to
bits.
rent it next
but
time.
we managed to get
I
it
would
out.
have said
and
yes.
hey, it's still got the
Because
little
that
expansion
tuxedo
cut out. No, that's not a
perfect
hair.
fit,
And it's got a
the
hard shell.
length, the
Now
you
we've
know,
got
the
screen,
jacket is,
sapphire
I think,
glass and all.
44 short.
All that's left is the Taptic engine. Hefty, but the same weight as last year. And finally,
You know, the
oodles of
waist is
screws later,
38 and
the
length
SIP is free.
inseam is
The
30,
Matrix,
38,
like the
30.
Apple Watch, is full of
shoes
deja
I didn't
vu.
wear,
First
you
order
know.
of business, those
They were
external
a little
screws.
too,
I know.
too
We
shiny.
probably won't get anywhere.
You know, that
but
patent
a
leather
teardownist
stuff,
can
it
hope.
looks like
I'm
you
also
just,
hoping to see some kind
you're
of
getting
sensor for the
ready
new
to
double
get
tap
the,
tech. Alas, it
a
looks the
ribbon
same as last
posted,
year.
you know,
No visible light sensor or
the
strain
Navy
gauge.
department.
It's probably
Yeah.
just a microscopic
patent
accelerometer
leather.
somewhere. We've perfected
I
our
had
Apple Watch Ultra display
very
removal technique
comfortable
since the Ultra's
shoes.
debut. Get a grip with a vice, heat,
that I
and
wore.
gently lever.
So I use
Works
those
like a
shoes.
charm.
You know, why not?
The battery needs to come out before we can get to the screen.
There we
And
go.
it's definitely not easy. These
All
screws
right.
are tiny compared to this basmati
How are we
rice.
doing here?
Plus, this bracket hole is much too
look at
small
you
for
go.
even our precision long-neck bits. months. But
So I'm
we
gonna,
managed to
like,
get it out. And hey, it's still
shut
got the little
down here,
expansion
so
cut out.
you all
No,
have a
that's
great
not a hair.
afternoon,
And
and
it's
we'll
got a hard
catch
shell.
you tomorrow.
Now we've got screens,
probably,
sapphire glass and all.
around,
All that's left is the tap tension.
noonish.
Hefty, but the same weight as last year.
Okay.
And finally, oodles of
Thank you
screws
very
later,
much. Bye-bye.
the SIP is free. The Matrix, like the Apple Watch, is full of deja vu. First order of business, those external screws. I know, we probably won't get anywhere. But a teardownist can hope. I'm also hoping to see some kind of sensor for the new double tap tech. Alas, it looks the same as last year.